An unexpected invitation, a formal letter arrived for the house's owner. It was an invitation for their pet, Tom, to compete in the first ever Animal Olympics. Tom puffed out his chest with pride. But Jerry saw his chance for mischief and packed himself into Tom's equipment bag. The chaotic opening ceremony. At the grand opening ceremony, Tom marched proudly with the other athletes. Jerry, hiding in Tom's backpack, tied his shoelaces together. When Tom tried to step onto the field, he tripped and started a domino effect, knocking over every athlete behind him. The 100-meter mouse dash. The first event was the 100-meter dash. Jerry, tiny and quick, zipped to the starting line. The gun went off. Jerry was in the lead. Tom, desperate to catch him, ran so fast his legs became a blur, but he slipped on a banana peel and slid across the finish line on his belly. 4. The high jump. Hijinks. For the high jump, Jerry used a tiny trampoline he built from a spoon and a rubber band. He soared over the bar with ease. Tom, using all his strength, leaped but got his tail caught on the bar. He and the bar swung around the pole like a tetherball. Fencing. Foil fiasco. In fencing, they were opponents. Jerry's foil was a needle. Tom's was a giant sword. Jerry was too small to hit. He simply ducked, and Tom's powerful swings kept missing, making him spin around until he was tangled in his own fencing jacket. The synchronized swimming slip-up. They were forced to be partners in synchronized swimming. Underwater, their graceful routine was a frantic battle. Tom tried to hold Jerry in a pose, but Jerry shoved a snorkel in his nose. Tom sneezed, creating a massive bubble that carried them both to the surface in a messy, flailing heap. The weightlifting wreck. Tom approached the heavy barbell with confidence. He lifted it overhead, but Jerry had secretly replaced the weights with painted balloons. Tom, using all his strength, threw the barbell sky high. It floated away, and the real weights fell from the ceiling, landing on Tom's tail. The equestrian event. Error. In the show jumping event, Tom rode a calm horse. Jerry, on a tiny dog, cut in front. Tom's horse got spooked and decided it was a carousel, spinning in circles and jumping over the same fence repeatedly, while Tom held on for dear life. The table tennis trouble. A fierce ping-pong match began. Jerry's returns were so fast, they were a blur. Tom, determined to win, used a giant frying pan as a paddle. He hit the ball so hard it shattered, leaving a cloud of dust and a confused Tom swinging at nothing. The javelin throw. Jumble. Tom threw the javelin with all his might. It flew far, but Jerry had tied a string to it. He pulled it, making the javelin curve in midair and head straight back towards Tom, who had to dive into a hole to avoid it. The relay race. Ruckus. They were on opposing relay teams. Tom ran, holding the baton. Jerry popped out of a manhole, swapped the baton for a lit firecracker, and popped back down. Tom, unaware, kept running until the baton exploded in his hand, covering his face in soot. The judo match. Joke. In judo, Jerry was too small to throw. So, he used Tom's own strength against him. When Tom charged, Jerry simply stepped aside and held out a tiny foot. Tom tripped, flew through the air, and landed in a tangled mess, earning Jerry the win. The final medal standoff. The games were over. The announcer called Tom and Jerry to the podium for the Most Spirited Competitors award. As they stood on the platform, they both reached for the gold medal at the same time.